Woo, woo. Welcome, brothers and sisters, for you joining later. Hope you're well. I always forget to ask, but if you would subscribe, that'd be great. I know the people listening to my live ones are usually subscribers, but the many, which I call many, 300 and some who listen to my shorts, if you jump on here, please subscribe. Pardon me, I'm a little late. Just got done. It was a slower run than I thought because I was emailing the whole time. So, big sell-off. What do we got going on? Well, we all know what's going on. Let's start with the Mideast. That is turmoil that just happens. You know, it's just bad timing always. You know, everything's horrible timing with crypto and with XRP that I'll talk about always. But the Mideast issue has always been there and it'll never change. It was here long before Israel declared and the UN declared themselves a country. Before that, they were fighting each other. Tribes were fighting tribes. And Britain and France and all these other imperialists and these crazy countries coming in and saying, all right, now you're Iraq, you're Iran, you're this, you're that. You're the, Kingdom of Jordan and, So it's been going on. And they were always fighting. Before that, they were fighting each other. That'll never end. Why? Well, because you have kingdoms and you have religion. And when men are in power, that's how it goes from the beginning of time. Vikings, kings, want more land. No one's innocent of this. We're not innocent of this in America. Look what we've done. Bahamas, here in America, what we did. So no one's free of that. That is man. That is the want for more power. And there is no civility between nations. So this Mideast issue is bad for a couple reasons, obviously. It makes things unstable, and Israel will strike back. This is a good excuse for them to strike back at nuclear targets and air... sorry, hold on, I'm looking at something. And special targets that they've been wanting to. So this is a good excuse for them, to do it. I don't want to see any innocent lives, and I stress innocent. The way they've been wiping out Hezbollah is awesome. Love it. I hate what it does to the innocent Palestinians. And I hate what it does to the innocent Lebanese and what it'll do to the innocent Iranians if we go that far. I don't know if it will. It'll probably be military targets, like I said, and strategic targets. But it is what it is. So it breeds unrest. It's not great for oil prices. We can talk about that in regards to inflation in a minute. So it's not good. But this always happens. I'm 52. It's been happening, since I was born. Before I was born. The Olympics, when, the Iranians took hostages, and then they took American hostages for 30 some days under Carter and Reagan. So, it's just a never ending thing, and it's unstable. Hopefully it doesn't escalate too much, and we can have, 3 to 6 months of peace. But also remember, it's been, a year since Hezbollah or Hamas, I apologize, Hamas has been decimated for the most part. But there's, you kill 10, there's 30 behind. And a lot of times it's the young boys and girls of the Hamas pieces of shit that have been killed. But enough of that. Then we have the port dock worker strike. So that is troubling for many reasons. Well, first of all, my big company, huge company, we rely on imports. And everyone deserves good pay. Everyone deserves a fair wage. Everyone deserves, if you work for hard and for a company, medical. But there's no such thing as job security. My company, they just laid off, all the temps, and because the market has slowed down, and a bunch of people last week, a bunch of engineers. It's the way it goes. These fucking dock workers want to be want to limit automation. Sorry, bitches. It's not the way it goes. It's like someone's still reading a fucking newspaper or listening to CDs or even watching DVDs at this point, right? Change with the times. My mother-in-law never changed with the times. She's just turned 80. She doesn't know how to work a fucking computer to save her life. She would never turn when we tried turning her when it was all new technology. And, you know, we would get my father-in-law arrested, so Palm Pilots and iPads and all that. No, I like reading the paper. Now he calls me for every little damn thing she needs to do. Same with my dad. He said, like, back in the day, VCRs, he used to have me change them out for him. And finally, I'm like, no, you change it out yourself. I'll watch. If I walk you through something, let this be a lesson to all of you with your parents or your kids or whatever. Make them do it. Show them how to do it. Make them do it, because they'll never learn if you just hold their hands. Okay. Anyways, boy, am I going off. I guess that run got me more than I thought. So this is a big issue. We just pivoted. If this is not negotiated, and it sounds like this union leader is a typical union leader piece of crap, and I hate unions. I'll go into that in a minute. He wants 77% over the next 5 years or something, raise, or 7 years. That's crazy. 3%. That's what you get, like the normal American, 3 to 5. I get 5 every year. But I used to get sometimes 2 and 3, depending on the position. And I believe a lot of these guys do very, very well. I'm not saying it's easy work, but it's not the hardest shit in the world. You're forklift drivers. You're not highly educated. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, you get what you get. You can move on. You can get a different job. You know, I used to deal with this in Chicago with the union. She's dead now, the union president. She looked like Jabba the Hutt. But every couple of years, negotiation. And teachers are underpaid, especially in Chicago. I've got no issue with that. I have it with the teachers. I had an issue with the union, the way they handled it. But I also have an issue with Illinois, how they handled it with the teachers. But they do get a pension. But I've worked with many union workers. I was region manager for a rental company a long time ago. And all my drivers and mechanics were union. They didn't work for me, even though I paid their salary. They worked for the union guys. They came in, clocked in, then took a shit, then drank their coffee on my dime. And I said, that is not, when I took over, that's not happening. You take your crap, you drink your coffee, you come in, you get a 15-minute coffee break after 2 hours, then you get a lunch, then you get another 15-minute coffee break, or if you want to kill yourself with cigarettes, please do. The union president would come in and start bitching at me. I'd say, get the fuck out of here. And I laid a ton of them off, and it was the happiest day of my life. I was paying 20-some-year-olds, like 22-year-olds, like $42 an hour to sit on his ass and fix machines. So if that doesn't get resolved quickly, guess what's going to happen? 1 week worth of strikes will cause 6 to 8 week backlog. Remember COVID? We had ships out there for 3 months that couldn't get into port. Backlog. Because of us and because of China, all the shutdowns. What will that do? Well, you're waiting for a TV or a car to come in, and there's now a 3-month backlog on it, or 2 month. The price is going to go up because it's going to be harder to get. What will Powell then do? Oh God, prices are ticking up. Demand goes up, price and supplies down, price goes up. Right? Basic economics. What will he do? He won't pivot. He won't lower again. So that's what's on investors' minds. And they're getting off risk assets. They're getting out of stocks too. Because everyone panic sells when this type of stuff happens. So it was a 2-for-1 yesterday. I mean, and then Japan as well. You know, it's just, that's how it goes. 2 steps forward, 10 steps back in crypto. So we have to, just keep that in mind. Hopefully this gets resolved. Hopefully Israel, they're precise. So they will take their time on which sucks. You wish they would just rip the Band-Aid off and do it. But we're not getting into a World War III. It's not happening. Unfortunately, these are distractions. And, Iran didn't really try to go too crazy, or else they would have, completely bombed Tel Aviv and other cities and killed a lot of civilians. That wasn't their intention. They can't look like cowards with what we did to Hezbollah leaders, so they got to do what they got to do to look strong, because they're a bunch of morons. So, a lot of panic and constant selling. I am taking advantage of that. But in regards to unions, I'll leave it alone. Look, if I worked for a union, I would like it. But I can tell you this, my sister-in-law, who's been a teacher forever, she got screwed over on something last year. I won't go into the details. She's been a teacher for 20-some years. They stopped her from being a teacher. She's like a secretary now. And they're trying to fight to get rid of her pension. So just because you're in a union doesn't mean it can't get busted and you're fully protected. It's a nightmare for her. And this is a teacher. Her and my brother-in-law, they're teachers. He's a French teacher. She's an English teacher. They make like $175K each. And their pension's going to be like $100K for the rest of their lives. And they're almost retired. 5 years. So those type of teachers, they're the oddity. Out where I live, it's like that. Then you have teachers making $35K in Chicago in most areas. So unions can be a good thing if you're in them until you retire, but they're in for themselves. The unions were started for a good cause many, 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 many years ago, before all our lifetimes. But they've taken on a beast of their own, and they're pretty criminal like the rest of government and so on and so forth. Job market front. Slow down a little bit. But job market, I'm talking about, business, but job market is great. I'm getting offers like you wouldn't believe. I have, people calling me for work continuously, and good jobs, president of this, president of that, vice president of this. So they're out there. If you're looking for a job, update your LinkedIn, get out there. I'm not. But if you're looking for work, I hear so many people, I don't like interviewing. People who are in their 50s and their late 40s and complain about their job. They're making $40,000, $50,000 a year, commuting an hour each way every day. Yet they're doing nothing about it. I don't want to update my LinkedIn. I'm horrible in interviews. Well, I don't want to hear it. There's so many opportunities out there, and the pay is good, but inflation still sucks. Go over politics real quick. Harris, Trump. Walz, Vance. We have 4 horrible choices. Pick one, I guess. I have no confidence in either of them. So that concerns me. That concerns me. We have just horrible choices. So we'll have to see what happens. It's very concerning. I don't see any plans to do anything. Harris doesn't have a clue. Trump just cares about himself and his company, let's be honest, you know that. But they both suck. Vance is a lunatic. Walz, oh my God, what a disaster last night. Can't stand people like him. Talk about, he got caught in that Hong Kong lie. They all lie, at least he somewhat admitted it, but he looked like a fool. And then saying, they always got to throw in their shotgun, the pheasant hunt. Fuck you, killing innocent birds. You're a retard. All these morons running for president. You'll see in a week or two, freaking Kamala Harris will be like hunting to get that type of crowd, the gun crowd in. She'll go hunting like freaking John Kerry did. Pandering to the gun nuts. It's just so disingenuous. I am telling you, I have thought about running for Congress for a long time. Not going to happen. I don't have the education. But to not care and just go in there, someone like John going against Warren, oh my God, not going to win, but Jesus. Just be an honest person, a true honest person, not take the bribes like Eric Adams. What a fool that guy was. In New York, there's so much opportunity to do good and stand up for your true beliefs. There's no one that stands up for their beliefs in our government. They're all a bunch of disgusting fools. I promise we'll get to the market. One last thing. Maybe it's one last thing. I don't know. I actually made some notes while I was running. What is it with, if you guys have any troubles and you're trying to like lessen your alcohol intake or something like that, let me know. I haven't had a drink. Never was an alcoholic, nothing like that, but I'm 52, drank my whole life since probably 14, 15, just your typical high school drinker, and then became normal. You know, I was a trader, Chicago Board of Trade forever, and it's common on the weekends. I was always, Friday night, relax, drinks, all that. Well, I figured out the health consequences and all that. Took me, 40 some years. I haven't had a sip for 2 years. And discovering so many things, Andrew Huberman and a few other things, the doctors that I listen to and I've learned on health consequences. Why is it so normal, right? You go they drink for every occasion and you're not normal. No one wants to hang out with you if you're not drinking and if they're big drinkers. Guess what? I was like that. When we would get together with friends and they didn't drink, I was like, oh God, this is going to be a boring night. So I would get drunk or have a bunch of drinks, and it does loosen you up. It does all the things that we love about it. But man, when you're away from it a couple of years and you figure out everything else, the poison it is, and why you get drunk, because it is actual poison. It's like, why did I do that? Whether it's wine or whatever. And I still got a ton of bottles of high-end whiskey, bourbon, scotch, you name it. And I look at it as what it is, rubbing alcohol. So if you guys need any help with that, let me know. I have really been able to help a lot of people who, I used to quit for 3 months and 6 months and then go back on, just take a break. That break is for the rest of my life. Anyone needs help with that? Now, I don't judge people drinking because I loved it. I would drink still if there were no consequences, to be honest with you. I probably have a couple drinks here and there. I'm glad I can't because health-wise, it doesn't work for me. So if anyone needs help and they're struggling with that, let me know. That's why I have this channel. It's to help, not to sell you anything. Even though, subscribe if you would, whoever hasn't. 500 million liquidated, right? That's to be expected. We knew that was going to happen. What's up, brother? What's up, Skull? I, might want to listen back to, I addressed a lot of the things you wrote to me yesterday, Skull. So I addressed that at the beginning of the video. If you want to listen back later in regards, don't have no worries. It's not World War III. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. But it's going to be shaky in the market. And it's not great. It distracts us with China. It distracts us with Russia. That's not great. If Russia makes more moves, then it's going to be even more uneasy. Yeah, I tried to address. I went off the handles a little bit like I always do, Skull. But, I don't do a lot of videos these days, so I'm trying to let it all out when I do. So 500 million liquidated, outflows, ETF, Bitwise, ARK, and Fidelity sold quite a few. BlackRock bought very little. So as I've said since before this ETF came out, and everyone said this is going to be the saving grace. Not everyone, but the YouTubers. And it is a great thing. But they kept saying, oh, they're going to hold. They don't scalp this. They don't sell this. And I said from the beginning, bullshit, because I come from this world. I come from that world. When there's a decline and there's a significant profit, they're selling out of the ETF. They will get off risk assets for other safer assets on the way down, and they will take profits. So it's not a safe haven. It doesn't mean that they're locked in forever. Everyone was saying that. I think me and Lark are the only people who are saying they will sell these ETFs. But negative outflows is never good. But that's okay. That's to be expected yesterday. I keep hearing October and bullshit. History charts, September, October. Oh, it's gonna happen. The truth of the matter is, usually it is pretty good. It's coincidental. Doesn't mean news like this isn't gonna kick us in the balls, which it has. And just one thing out there. George is a fucking moron. I got to do that. BitBoy is a complete fool. And the usual suspects. Ran is a scammer. I'll leave it at that. So be careful with them. So Bitwise XRP. Talk about bad luck. right? I did a short this morning on XRP. So I've owned XRP for ages. Not a maximalist. I just have it. There's no reason for me to sell it. I'm in the money. People will say, oh, well, think of all the gains you could have gotten if you would have sold your XRP and put it into someone else. Yeah, I'm fine. I got enough money to spread it around. That's a part of my allocation. I'll sell it at a buck, buck and a half, or $2, whether it's this year, next year, or 5 years from now. It's all right. It's going to be a few $100,000 for me. It's better than a bank account. It's not going down to 17 cents again. Maybe in the bear run, and once we get into a bull market and then into a bear market, if we get into a bull market, I'm selling it all. Now, if great news and great things happen, I'll hold on to some, but no luck. No luck at all. They get sued by the SEC. You can't trade it in America. Then they win partial suit in the midst of a bear market. It barely goes up, comes back down. Then a rumor ETF with BlackRock goes up, comes back down. All these good things happen. Doesn't do anything. Starts getting momentum, 60, 65 cents. And this shit happened yesterday. And Bitwise then comes out with this. ETF news, who cares? But it would have sparked a rally for XRP. It could have been 10 cents, 20 or 30 cents. That's 20, 30, 40% at current prices. But no, on the worst day of this year, for the most part in regards to news, the news comes out on that. Couldn't have been last week. So it's just comical. I'm not a maximalist to anything, even to Bitcoin. I believe in Bitcoin, but I don't care about the values of any of the shit. I care about my pocketbook. That's the only thing I care about. And I care about your pocketbook. Yeah, very unlucky, Skull. I mean, that's just the way it is for XRP. It's cursed. Same with Cardano. 2, 3 investments you should never make. Ever. XRP, Cardano, Polygon. 3 horrible investments. Their supply sucks. There's no enthusiasm. Charles Hoskinson is a putz. Always thought he was. I just bought ADA because it would be okay. Truth of the matter is, when I bought ADA, I didn't fully believe in it. And the first time I heard Charles Hoskinson, I'm like, oh, Jesus, I bought this shit. I mean, he's such a fool, that guy. I mean, he might have smarts in regards to mathematics and all that, cryptology, but I mean, listen to the guy. He's like listening to Michael Saylor. He's just like a fool. Talk layman. Talk normal. So 3 investments. Stay open. My personal financial advice and opinion. Never buy those. I own them all. I will be one happy guy if those 3 get to $2 and I can get out of it, and I will never buy them again. Ever. I don't care if they get 1,000 ETFs. Get me out of that shit. No, XRP is never going to $10. ADA is never going to $10. Look at their supply. It's not happening. It is not going to happen. What have I been buying? Benki, AVAX, Propi, more Injective. I'm loading up on Injective. Been buying more Axelar. I held off of that because the volume was so low, but God, the more I look into it, it could be nothing. Utility, we know, is shit. It means nothing, but somewhat of a competitor to Chainlink. Wish their tokenomics were better, but I'm buying it up. Excuse me. I started buying it around 90 cents, and then it went up and then down, so I'm buying it around 50 cents and stuff. Moonwell and Axelar are excellent. Yeah, I really like Moonwell, but their tokenomics suck. I just got turned on to them a couple weeks ago and started buying them at the highs. So I'm in almost at, like 360, 0.0360. I don't have a ton, but I think I got 20,000 or something like that. I might buy more. But AVAX, Propi, I think is okay. I have a lot of it now, so I'm stuck in it. But look, we're at 61,000, we can barely keep above 61,000 right now. XRP, 58 cents, somewhat holding strong, but what a shame. Everything's just taking a haircut. Ondo, 71 cents. AVAX, 25. Benki, 130. Injective 21.71. You know, it's just so freaking annoying. Cardano 35 cents. Everything's just taking a haircut. And there's not, you know, it's just been how it is for us. You know, the off-risk assets movement in times like this is just non-stop, and it just kills your momentum. With the momentum we were having, it was really starting to get to us. You know, we're starting to get a little engine behind us to drive us forward a little bit. Strong ties with good companies. Yes, they do. Yeah, Moonwell with one of the main principles is came from Coinbase, so I like that always because there's support there. And they're doing some stuff on Base and Optimism, a couple things. I don't care so much about Optimism, but anything on Base is exciting to me if we, you know, get some movement here. I was waiting for a dip. I think it's time to, but yeah, I bought Axelar a little bit, but I'm also looking at Say. Yeah, Say and Brett. Yeah, Brett I'm not getting, but Say, yeah, I'm loaded up on Say pretty good. I want to buy more, but dude, I picked, it was a bad choice. You know, you win some, you lose some. It was between Say and Sui, and I went with the underdog. And I was up for quite a while until, you know, 7 months ago when we broke it, you know, since we've been in this bear trend. So Say I like, I just don't, and I love the project. I hate the tokenomics. Hate the tokenomics of many projects. But I think it's great. It's the loser. It's not the same as Sui, but it's the loser. If it, you know, a lot of people put them together. Regards, they think they move together. They do not. They move together. Say it would be at $1.50. Instead, it's at what, 30, 40, 50 cents. But I like it. I don't think there's anything wrong, Skull, with holding a couple memes. I have Bonk. That's all. That's the only one I have. Only one I'll ever buy. I bought it a long time ago when it got on Coinbase. I'm in the money on it, but who cares? I don't even look at it. My meme coins, like I always tell you, is like Banky and other projects like that. Even though it's not a meme, I like the team at Banky. It ain't doing shit. But what are you gonna do? Hopefully it will. Their tokenomics suck as well. You know, I wish it was 100 million instead of like 3 point some billion and going to be 5 billion. That kills us. In a bull market, it won't, but it moves in fractions of a penny. So that is my meme coin. You know, Pond is my meme coin. You know, I have a lot of it. Well is a meme coin for me. You know, it's just a small cap. I have more faith in that than any of the true memes. We can't deny that meme coins is narrative with more growth, but also you can lose your money. Yes, you can lose your money with all this, right? Look at how everything goes down. I agree. I do have an issue with meme coins, but it's not like I think they should be outlawed or stopped. You can't stop them. I just think it takes liquidity and money. Sorry about the wind. It takes money away from the projects that we're in, the real projects. A lot of them are scams, but the wannabe projects like the Wells and even Arrow, all these. It takes money away from those. So I wish there were no meme coins, but the good thing about them is it does get people into crypto. You know, they hear someone about a dog or a cat or a Trump coin or whatever it may be, or Elizabeth Warren or something like that, and they jump in and get in that way. I just don't like, you know, a lot of times they get burnt and then they're out before they even got in. So I'd rather them jump in and buy something like Well or Pond or Banky or, you know, a little bit of ETH or whatever. AVAX, you know, that's not as exciting though, right? Buying something at $20. Not as exciting as buying something there rather than 0.0000001 and has a $10 trillion circulating supply, you know. It's foolish to buy that stuff, but because the truth of the matter is that barely anyone wins on the meme coins. Some people do. You hear about the people who win, but for every winner, there's, you know, thousands of losers. Just like margin trading, just like trading in general. I was a trader forever. The majority of traders lose the majority of the time. Yeah, look, we have a kick in the nuts. We have to see how it plays out. I look at this. I don't like it. If we can get momentum back, great. These are right decisions, but I'm looking at it as some buying opportunity for me. I have a very little capital. I have about $6,000 left from all the projects I sold on the 3rd of July. I was looking the other day, like over $70,000 worth of projects, 79 I think it was, since July. After I sold Arrow, I sold Koval, I sold Stacks. What the hell else did I sell? There's Poly, Swarm, stuff like that I sold. And I had all that capital ready to be deployed, took out money for taxes, and I had around, $79,000 to redeploy, and I only have a couple thousand left. That's how much I've been DCAing. I don't like to share that too much. I share what I do, but I'm more on the bigger moves, but I don't want people to get hurt and not that I have any influence, but you know what I mean. I thought it was a good time to take some rest and get out of the market for most people who were really hurting. And there were a lot of people hurting. Gonna buy a little Brett just because it is on base. Yeah, no, I don't think my personal thought is you can't lose on Brett. I think when we get going, and if we get going, it'll be good. Yeah, I think the good portfolio. I think Injective. For the bigger caps, I did a video the other day. I think Injective is wonderful. I hate that I didn't buy it on the way up in 2023 when I watched it the whole way up. That Fetch, Fetch I watched from like 3 cents and didn't buy it until like 30 some cents. But it is what it is. Can't go back in time. You buy in when you buy in. I mean, my first buy-in in Injective was like 30 some dollars. Now my average buy-in, I think it's 22, 21, I forget. And so I have alarms set. If it goes lower than this price, I jump in and I buy. I bought some more this morning. So when I get back to the office and hit some weights, and then I'm going to look steadily at what I want to do, where the market's going. Today's going to be shaky. We usually come back from this okay, but this changes everything. The news we've had changes everything. There's not much we can do about that. We just have to be careful and expect the unexpected. Always a good time to accumulate dry powder, as I will always preach. Always a good time to sit on the sidelines if that's what you feel comfortable with. Don't ever listen to people saying you have to jump in, you're running, it's too late, join my Discord group. Oh my God, look at, all the people in my private group, if you would have listened to me, you'd be making this much money. They're liars. Oh, I called this whole portfolio, everything. I was listening to BitBoy the other day talking about, oh my God, I called this, I called that. Look at that, we called this, we called that. The morons who listen, because the people who listen to him and actually believe it are the true morons. You could have thrown shit at the wall for the last couple months, and then the last week and a half, you would have looked like a genius because everything was green. I mean, it's like, I don't know who he thinks he's fooling, but he fools a lot, I guess. AIOZ looking good, I know, going back to, yeah, I know. God, AIOZ, I love it. I just can't buy anymore. I want to put like $50,000 into AIOZ so bad, but that'll fuck up my, I think it's like 3 cent buy-in now. It was 1 cent at one point, but I bought more last March at 70 some cents. So it screwed up my whole, because we were going up, screwed up my whole average. So I have a hard time with like Ondo, and because the token releases that are coming out, I have a hard time with Ondo and AIOZ. I want to spend about 100K between the both of them. I'm not going to do it. But I think AIOZ looks great, but it depends on the narrative too. We have to be, you have to be very cautious, and we have to be careful of the people who are so confident that you should be buying now. Because we just don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks with all the shit that's going on. Who's going to make a move next in the world? You get a couple weeks or a month of easiness in the market. I mean, the world market. And then boom, shit like this happens. And Israel will strike back. And they'll strike back hard. That's just the way it is. And they should. I don't want it to happen in regards to like, if there's innocent, because what it does to, I don't think it'll involve innocent lives, but it just disrupts everything. Who the hell wants war? But I think they should strike back. I want it to end. I just want some peace for a year so we can make freaking a lot of money. Everyone get back what they lost. Everyone get back into the gains. Get into that great mood. Wasn't it so much fun just having a little teaser of a week and a half? And as I always said and always predict, I don't pat myself on the back, but I know what I'm talking about. A week, 2 weeks, a month of green is not a bull market. It is not a bull market. We are not in a bull market. You'll hear, continuing the bull market. Is the bull market over? We're not in a bull market. I saw on CoinMarketCap, our volume was like 70 billion. Then on CoinGecko, it said like 140 billion. So where's the truth? They're both wrong, right? Because, we don't know at this point. And I'm just mindset of if you have fear of death, don't earn on crypto. Yes. That means just surround me, okay? Because I can afford to lose it, I don't want to, but yeah, exactly. You're not going to lose it. Just don't go too overly risky. If you're into AVAXs, even Bitcoin, and other things, you're going to be fine. Injective, I believe you'll be fine. Countless innocent lives, wipe out, politics, stupid things, exactly. And as I always say, as long as there are slaughterhouses for innocent beings, we will be slaughtering ourselves from the air, dropping bombs in the streets. If we can't love the innocent, it's just becoming in our DNA for thousands of years to hurt other beings. That's just what we do. Greed, you have, America's far from perfect, that's for sure. But God, the Middle East is a shithole. China's a shithole. Korea's a shithole. Russia's a shithole, and I'm part Russian. My grandfather had to escape Russia. I never met him back in the 30s. His parents paid a lot of money. He was snuck into France, then came to Ellis Island. Men kill men. Men kill women. We are a virus. We certainly, not all of us. I'm certainly not. I'm sure most of the people on here are not. But the truth of the matter is, if you only look out for yourself and your power and what matters to you in your life, you're a virus. And you are not innocent. If you don't do something good to help others, which I try to do all day long, every day, I'm certainly not a pacifist. I believe in punishing the guilty severely. Meaning Hamas, I'd be fine with hanging them by their cocks and, taking a piece off one by one, chopping them into little pieces. I'm good with that. It's the innocent on every side, whether it's a being, a non-human being or a human. If they're innocent, it kills me. If they're not innocent, I could care less. That's the reality of it. If you think about it, and weird, look at the world, the creation, and look what human life do. Innocent and stupid things. It's so weird. Yep. Yes. It's crazy what we do, and we have always done. We kill, just so you know, more animals in a week than all humans have ever existed on the planet from the beginning of time. And they're tortured like crazy. For those of you who listen to it, I've seen Bluegrass on like Discover Crypto pushing Dominion to Drew. Go on my channel, watch Dominion. I got 2 links, free videos, Dominion and the Gary Yourofsky speech. It'll change your life. Ask me questions. we just have to be good to each other. So do something, I'm not always running, or I see people out. I'll say hi to them. They don't even say hi back. They barely look at me. They'll do one of those stupid smiles. That's not going to stop me. I see the same people running all the time. When I run, they're walking or whatever. Some of them wave. Some of them, fucking 7 years, barely look at me. Does that stop me? No. I pick it up even more. Hey, hope you have a great day. Don't let other people affect you. Be true to yourself. Now, I have my days where I want to punch them in the face. It's fleeting thought. It's very fleeting. Just help someone. Do something nice to someone. You'll be surprised how it makes you feel. So, I don't know. I've been yapping away. You and me, Skull. For everyone else who jumps on here and maybe sees it later, I should probably put some type of good tag on it or thumbnail and all that stuff. Clickbait. I'm not good at that. It's not that I could be good at it. I just want to be somewhat honest. If anyone listens to this later, subscribe. Send me questions. Send me topics you want to talk about. I'll talk about anything. Anything you want to know. Crypto, traditional investing, health. What animals go through, what humans go through. Been around a long time. I know a lot, but there's more that I don't know that I do know. Does that make sense? So I'm always up for learning as well. Yes. Should I? You said Filecoin going to 500. Oh my God, that is too funny. Yeah, XRP going at 535 or whatever. Never going to happen. Skull, stay out of XRP, ADA, and Poly. If you own it, fine. Never buy it. Do not buy it. Oh, well, I hope you're not as stressed as you were. I got to jump off. I meant to address that earlier. I hope you're not as stressed. My dogs are calling me. I hope you're not as stressed as you were. And I hope that thing with the employee worked out. Let me know. We can discuss it on my next one. If people want me to go live later, I'm certainly happy to. Just let me know what you got. And like I said, I'm going to, third time in a stream, I've asked this. Subscribe if you're new. And ask me anything. Love you all. Good. Fire his ass. Good job. Let me know if you need anything, Skull. I'll be back. Okay? Take care, brother.